Sun is popping up over the horizon. Absolutely outstanding morning yet again. Emmy, huh? What you doing? It's midweek, it's Wednesday. We got back in biceps today. Let's bring the intensity, let's bring the energy. Let's get right to work. Let's get better today. Lat pull downs with some rear delt thighs, and we're supersetting it with some push-ups. Is this a party I wasn't invited to? All three of these pups are out here on this trailer. This hasn't really been put to much work. It's turned into a bed for these guys. 2 plates and a quarter on each side. Pull, squeeze, and repeat. Ooh, this is a gnarly superset. You get a lot of blood in your back. If there's one bicep workout I would do, it would just be this. You really hone in and focus on each bicep and just rep it out. We are back Wednesday morning. Let's try to get a couple things done inside our storage barn over here. We got all kind of stuff, chainsaws and weed eaters. All this stuff pretty much doesn't work, but we do need another weed eater. So I'm going to see what I can do to find something decent and try to get it back up and running. Maybe we can find some duplicates and get something going. I'm hoping we can get one of them fired on with minimal work. We're going to grab the basics: Phillips head, flathead, some pliers. We're also going to grab a ratchet and the right size socket in case it is a spark plug replacement. Definitely going to need the mixed gas. I'm not sure if I'm going to need to put a new spark plug or if we can just swap one. It might even be the primer bulb on one of them. Let's see what we can do. Took a quick second, cleaned off the pad real quick. We had some old fridges up here. So now I'm going to go through, knock off all the extra dirt. What we're going to do is move these cinder blocks, and we got this big steel table. Use this thing to our advantage and work on it. It's kind of on an uneven spot right now, so we're going to pick it up with the tractor, and we're going to try to set it long ways right here. That way, if we need it, we can work right on the pad. Let's pull this thing out, get the tractor fired up. We'll let the tractor warm up, make some room here, and clear these blocks out over here. That's right. So we should be able to get the forks under it this way, lift it up, get it moved. It's pretty damn heavy. It's a steel table. All right. Tilt it, yep. There we go, easy does it. Somewhere on the middle. She's about straight right here. We're not gonna try to push it too far in. It's just gonna be a hassle with the trailer and dumpster in the way. So right here is great for now. Mr. Irvin, good operator. Get it pulled out of there, perfect. That way it's out the ground as well. These feet were just sitting in the dirt. We'll get them cleaned off. That's another job done. Hopefully if I can get a weed eater up and running, I can come around here, get all this tall grass knocked down. Let's get the tractor put back, put the car back. Let's get this thing parked. Just to maximize space as much as we can, we're about 2 to 3 inches off the wall here where the tractor is parked up against the barn. And then obviously over the forks, we're about 2 to 3 inches here. That way we can get everything in the barn in this one bay. Let's get back in here. Got my tools. I'm going to use this box here as a seat. We'll pick the best looking ones out the bunch first. Maybe this one and this one. They're a little bit different, but similar. We'll see which one we can get going. Pulled the spark plug off. It is pretty dirty in there, but this thing is good. It's not too burnt. I also hooked it up and did the spark test. It's sparking. What we're going to do now is put a little gas in it. The bulb here, primer bulb, doesn't seem to be leaking. It's holding gas. It has a little bit of fluid in it. Poured a little bit in there, and now we're going to reinstall it and see if that'll help it fire on. Doesn't seem to be pumping too good. Smoking. Oh shit. It's smoking a little bit, but that seemed to have got it fired on.
It's showing some life. I got it to fire back on, but after about a minute, it bogs itself out. So let's see what's going on here. I went ahead and emptied out the gas tank because when I pulled out the fuel line, there was no breather or filter on the end of it, and we're gonna need that. I also heard it jiggling around in there. Let's try to pull it out and reinstall it. There it goes. Fell right out when I was cleaning the tank. It's not in bad shape. It's pretty clean. We're gonna get the excess taken off. You can see where it broke. Here's the original filter we had. I got the excess line off and I try to clean it out with my knife, but there's a lot of buildup in there. And we have this same model machine over here with the filter. It's in better shape and it's not built up in there, so we're gonna get it swapped. Always remember, run your fuel line back through your tank and then out the front before you get this thing installed, because that line is a pain in the ass. In order to get it started, I used the end of my Phillips head to open up the line, and now we can just feed it back in here and we'll get it set in place. It's better than having to remove the whole line. This is the air line, this is the fuel line. We'll get it pushed down in the back. We're getting ready to find out if that solved the problem. We're gonna put some more gas in it. Should be enough. Primer bulb's definitely working better now. It wasn't drawing as much fuel before. She's idling nice now. We got her tuned up a bit. We're gonna have to restring it. I don't know if the head's okay. Well, getting the engine going was just one part of it. After getting a better look, the head just spins freely in both directions and you can't really feed any more wire through. It looks like somebody rigged up a screw here. Thankfully, we have this one over here that's got a good head on it, it seems like. We'll see if we can get it swapped. It's got the bottom end like it should. That way the string can be fed. It's gonna take a couple more tools to get this job done. So I'm gonna gather my things and head off to the shop. In order to get this head removed, I had to put a wrench here and a socket and ratchet on the other end. We got the bolt loose. This thing is no good. It does have some line in it, but the spring is a little bit wonky and it looks like we got half a bolt stuck on the socket now, but I think the other half broke off in here. So we might have to get this piece removed as well. We should be able to make this swap happen. This is the one we're gonna try to put on. Same with this piece, because somebody put the wrong size bolt, stripped the threads. Here it is, not the right thing. This is the good bolt, but it goes to this one here. So we're just gonna have to do a little swap. We're almost there. Put the old parts back on this one. Got the head cleaned up, restringed it. Got the spring installed correctly. Last time they had it up here, which is not where it's supposed to be. Get the cap installed and see how it works. I didn't even know this guy was here the whole time. Looking good. Now you can see it doesn't move freely in either direction, and you can actually draw more string as you're working, so. Nice, now we can get some weed eating done. This thing works like a champ. Cut around here a bit, around the trailer, dumpster. Idle's great, doesn't bog off anymore. The head works perfect, feeds the line like it should. That's another thing done. Now we gotta try to get a chainsaw and blower ready for this fall.
As soon as we get done with those, let's work those rear delts here. I love these face pulls with a cable. It really keeps tension on those rear delts.
Bicep and back for me. We're also gonna do some shrugs with the plate and reverse curls. Hammer curls, just hit the 40s. Working on a drop set here with the 25s. Squeeze at the top. Try to hold the tension.
Still got 3 more routes. Ready, set, go. There it is. Go. Ooh.
Finishing out the night before we get the dogs fed, cooking up our burgers. I got mine going. Already got the onions sauteed as well. We're gonna wrap it up, get the kitchen cleaned up. We'll see y'all on the next one.